A next-gen console needs a next-gen headset. Designed to complement the PlayStation 5 and its Tempest positional audio, the Pulse 3D wireless headset does incredible things with PS5 games made to take advantage of the console's new audio-centric powers. Not only do your games sound clean and clear, they have a sense of space and place not often found in games, even with surround sound.
Go, go, go! Whoa! Let's not shoot each other, alright?
In both form and function, the Pulse 3D feels like an extension of the PS5. Its white plastic top band and black ear cups create the same contrast as the black tower and white wings of the PS5 hardware. The top band features two connected but separate parts, the aforementioned outer frame made of white plastic, and a black rubber support band that pads the headset by minimizing how much weight falls directly on your head. It also makes the headset adjustable, even though the frame has no movable parts. Despite not having any real padding on top, the headset is comfortable to wear. At 295 grams, you can barely feel it. But there's a big gap between the support band and the frame, which undermines the headset's generally impressive aesthetic. The perfectly round ear cups, which is uncommon for a gaming headset, are well padded with thick open cell foam covered by smooth leatherette. The cups feel surprisingly cavernous on the inside, which is always a good sign. Inside, the Pulse 3D sports 40mm neodymium drivers. They're smaller than what you'll find in many premium third-party headsets, but that doesn't detract from the precision or power of its sound. All of the ports and inputs on the Pulse 3D are stacked along the back of the left can. From top to bottom, you have a dual rocker to balance game versus chat audio mixing, a microphone monitoring switch, a dual rocker for volume, a mic mute button, a USB-C port for charging, a 3.5mm headphone jack in case you prefer to set up a wired connection, and lastly, a power switch. The Pulse 3D uses a pair of built-in noise-canceling microphones to pick up your voice. One's near the top of the left can, the other is in front near your mouth. In theory, the dual mic noise-canceling system should mitigate any ambient noise while letting your voice come through clearly. In practice, the mics offer incredible clarity. For your voice, yes, but also for anything else nearby. While testing using a mic monitoring feature, the Pulse's mics clearly picked up the low hum of my house's heating system in the basement below. It was clear there was some noise canceling going on, but it sounded more like the ambient noise was being mixed down rather than canceled out entirely. It works well enough that game audio will likely drown out any extraneous noise coming through. Still, it doesn't offer the same isolation as unidirectional wired mics found on many gaming headsets. The Pulse 3D uses a USB dongle for its 2.4 GHz wireless connection. It's a simple plug-and-play system with no pairing required on any platform. After more than 25 hours of testing in a room full of potentially interfering wireless signals, it delivered an unwavering connection. You can also plug the headset into the DualSense, DualShock 4, or any other 3.5mm port. Wired mode is a trade-off though. On the one hand, the headset draws power from your controller, so it'll work even if it's out of juice, although the DualSense's battery drains quickly enough on its own as it is. On the other hand, surround sound isn't active over a wired connection, so you don't get the full effect. The Pulse 3D looks good, but it sounds absolutely fantastic when playing on PS5. The sound of gameplay is not only clear and vibrant, it fills up the cans to create an incredible sense of space. Across its range, the Pulse rings true, with full-bodied highs, mids, and lows. What was especially impressive were its bass tones, like explosions in Spider-Man Miles Morales, which deliver that booming oomph effect without over-prioritizing bass in its audio mix.
No!
The Pulse 3D is made to take special advantage of the PlayStation 5's new Tempest 3D audio, a proprietary virtual surround sound technology designed specifically for generating positional audio for games. Though I've only tested it in Spider-Man Miles Morales and Astro's Playroom so far, the Pulse makes excellent use of Tempest, delivering nuanced positional audio that goes beyond what's expected from virtual 7.1 surround sound in headsets. In Spider-Man Miles Morales, the ambient sounds of New York feel like they're coming in from all around. Standing in virtual Times Square, you can hear cars and people coming and going from every angle and every distance. To simply describe it as immersive sells it short.
Some friends are waiting on me. Oh, I should have taken a damn subway.
The nuanced, accurate layers of sound gives the game world a volume that you cannot achieve by simply generating a 3D space. It simply makes the city feel more alive. Similarly, there are parts of Astro's Playroom where you're surrounded by Astro's fellow bots, creating a sense of life in the world. That feeling is only enhanced by the fact that you can hear what they're doing and can track their position by ear. Even without Tempest, the Pulse 3D sounds excellent on PS4 and PC. Replaying the opening of God of War, the sound of Kratos lumbering through the woods came through clean and clear, though jumping to it directly from a Tempest-augmented game made it much easier to detect that the audio was coming in from a limited number of directions. The one place where the Pulse 3D feels a little underpowered is, well, power. According to Sony, it should last up to 12 hours on a single charge. Anecdotally, we found it lasted between 9 and 10 hours of play across 2 days. That's enough juice that the headset should last through any single session, so long as you keep it charged, but substantially less than what I've come to expect from modern headsets for PlayStation or PC. Taking unique advantage of the PS5's Tempest 3D positional audio, the Pulse delivers detailed and impressive sound that seems to come from all directions while remaining comfortable to wear. Its microphone is prone to picking up ambient noise, but voices still come through loud and clear. And like the DualSense controller, its relatively limited battery life is sufficient, but something to be aware of. The PlayStation 5 era has only just begun, but it's plain to see, hear, that the Pulse 3D is something special. For more PlayStation, check out our reviews of the PS5 and the DualSense controller. And for everything else, keep it locked to IGN.